What's up, gamers? This is that PlayStation Gamer Coach. You guys with a brand new video. So I want to return to doing the annual reviews every year for the three console makers and talk about the pros and cons. Do kind of a pros and cons list. So first pro we're going to mention for PlayStation, because that's the one we're starting off with, is PlayStation has ported more games this year than they did before. I mean, seriously, the amount of games they put out on PC this year is kind of baffling. Like, holy shit. But granted, it's ports. You know, you really don't have to do that much more. You just basically make a widescreen mode and all that extra bells and whistles and all that stuff, blah, 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 blah. And then guess what? There's your port. Boo-hoo. If you could get it to run on PS5, guarantee it's going to run on PC. The next thing I want to bring up is a con, and that's they raised the price of PlayStation 5s in other countries besides the United States. Now, most of this equates to like the equal of $50 in different countries, but still, Sony's the only company out there putting a squeeze on their gamers and trying to be like, whoa, we're doing it for the consumer. We're doing it for you guys. Because why would we not try to milk the shit off our fanboys and, you know, players? Because guess what? Players are payers. Next pro I want to bring up is they made two big AAA games this year, Horizon Forbidden West and God of War Ragnarok. I know some people are saying there, what about Gran Turismo 7? We don't want to mention Gran Turismo 7. We don't want to mention that. We want to forget about it. Like most people who played it, they just want to forget about it and move on. Just forget it ever existed. Next thing I got here is, of course, PlayStation trying to block the Activision sale with some BS logic. Now, this one might actually be a little lengthier. So, Sony put out some kind of statement. I can't remember exactly if it was them directly or it's Jim Ryan or Herman Hulst or the guy who fucking does catering at Naughty Dog. But basically what happened is someone made the statement of, well, when Microsoft tries to buy the Activision Blizzard, they should be thinking about PlayStation's consumers because they're going to hurt us because we depend so much on their sales. Okay, they didn't say that part, but they basically were trying to say they should think about PlayStation's gamers before they buy Activision Blizzard, which is very ironic and very hysterical considering, did Sony think about Microsoft's players before they bought Insomniac or Bungie? No, they didn't. You know why they didn't think about it? Because they didn't care. Yeah, and for the record, Microsoft has said now numerous times, at least Phil Spencer has said that they plan on keeping Call of Duty on PlayStation's consoles for the foreseeable future. And yet, for whatever reason, this whole thing still gets, you know, brought up like, whoa, is Xbox going to take away Call of Duty? Yet again, from what it sounds like, they don't plan on doing that. And why would they? They're the Sony's the number one console seller on the market right now. To take Call of Duty away from that is to take potential money out of your pocket. Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2 just sold like, did it make like a profit this like in a couple weeks over like $1 trillion? Guess what? I bet a good portion of that, or at least a decent portion, is going to be on PlayStation. Why would you ever want to take away that revenue source? Duh! Next thing I want to bring up as a pro, I would say it's a pro because it's a personal take. Putting out a port of The Last of Us for the PlayStation 5 only. Now, this year's been kind of weird because there has been like a lot of PlayStation 5 only games. There's probably like maybe been a handful, but The Last of Us Remaster for PS5, because that's what I'm going to call it, because it is The Last of Us Remaster. Let's just be honest here. Just a better remaster than the remaster that we got for PS4 is pretty dang good. It's the same game I love. It's the same game I treasure, but it comes at a $70 price tag. And that's the thing I want to talk about here. $70 for remasters. This is a con, if there ever was one. Even in my review of The Last of Us Part 1, that, you know, Last of Us Part 1, you know, PS5 port, I said this is not worth $70. And I stand by that. I still think it's not worth $70. And now the rumor is Sony's thinking about doing this to Horizon Zero Dawn, the first Horizon game. Sony, don't. Just don't. Do not be remastering a game that's not even 10 years old yet. You kind of got away with The Last of Us because it was a PS3 game, but now you're considering porting a game to PS5 only simply because Horizon Forbidden West looked better. At least that's what I'm going to assume. No, don't do that. Just stop. Just stop doing that. No, we don't want to be paying $70 for remasters. We don't even be paying $70 for the big AAA games you put out to begin with. Well, unless you're God of War, then, well, we could talk about that. And the next thing I want to bring up, I actually don't have this written down, but it just kind of came to mind. Horizon Forbidden West being smushed by Elden Ring. Sony, you knew this game was going to come out. Not Forbidden West. You knew Elden Ring was going to come out around this time. You knew the hype. You knew the excitement for this game. And yet, for whatever brain dead reason that I will never fucking comprehend in any fucking amount of lifetimes, you decide to put it out, what was like the week or the same week as Elden Ring, thinking you're somehow going to stop it with a Horizon game, which most people didn't really seem to like the first one. The second one's not bad, but are you really going to try to top something that's as big as Elden Ring, that had the hype like Elden Ring had, with a other open world, generic, cookie cutter, open world type game? No. Just don't do that. Don't fucking even try that again. You pulled EA with Titanfall 2, where you put a game out before a big release that you knew was going to kill the game. And for whatever fucking reason, you're now doubling down on the Horizon franchise with a rumored MMO game and a VR2 game. And yet, for whatever reason, you seem to think this franchise is going to last. No. Let's just get that out of the way. Horizon is not that great of a franchise. That's saying it can't be good, but I personally prefer Days Gone. But that's me. So with all that negative, let's talk about some good stuff. So PlayStation VR 2. We actually got to see this thing. We got a release date, which is February 22nd, which is surprisingly close next year, because like, holy crap. But then the price tag. That price tag, man, oh man. I literally forget the price, but I know it's more than $500. And I said to people, this thing, it's going to cost a lot, but I didn't think it was going to be more than $500. I thought it was going to be $500 exactly. But from what I saw, from what we've seen with all this stuff, it does look impressive. It does look like this is a premium headset. This looks like a premium VR experience. The problem is the price tag. I think that's going to come back and bite them in more ways than they expect, and they don't even have a bundled game in with it. Not like with the PS5 where they had Astro's Playroom or something like that, where it's like, okay, at least you got a game out the gate, and then you have your PS4 library and all that. But with VR2, it's not even backwards compatible with VR1 games. So you're going to have to buy all these games, potentially again, if the developers want to port them to, VR2. And you're going to have to buy the new games that come out for it too if they catch your interest. Sony, you're getting a little greedy here. You're getting a little too used to winning. You need to cool down. Bring down the price of VR2. I know that's going to be hard. I say next Black Friday, have a sale going on where it's like, hey, for $500, you get the VR2 and you get a packaged game, like the Horizon Call of the Wild game. Something to go with it. I know they have a bundle, but they could put that bundle on a Black Friday sale. Just a thought. We also got to talk about PlayStation Plus Premium. It is not good right now. I'm not saying it can't be good, but there are problems. First off, where's the PSP support? The PSP support is basically nothing. You don't even have Daxter. You don't have Secret Agent Clank. You don't even have Ratchet & Clank Size Matters. You don't even have fucking Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core Classic. Half of the PSP library that you could put on there is your first party IPs, and for whatever fucking reason, you don't have them on there. I recall correctly, wasn't there a Killzone game on the PSP? Or maybe it was Resistance I'm thinking of. Right there. All you have to do is just be like, hey, Resistance PSP game and a couple other first party ones we made back in the day. But instead we got Echo Drone. No Sony. And not even like the PS1 classics and the PS2 classics. Yeah, again, not that good. But then there's like the PS3 ones, which, oh, they make sure to fucking put the classics on that. Classics as in the PS2 games like Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, and Sly Cooper. But wait, no, wait. Jak and Daxter is actually the PS4 version. So, let's get this straight. You could put Jak and Daxter, Sly Cooper, and Ratchet and Clank on there, but you can't put the native PS2 versions, but you could put the PS3 remasters in it. Sony, you make my brain hurt. You're making my brain hurt here. Now, I will say, PlayStation Plus Extra is pretty damn good. That's where the money is. But don't be paying for PlayStation Plus Premium until you really, I would say until you see like a handful of games you really want to play that are exclusive to that tier. But there isn't a lot there for me. And just not been good. This has been a weird year for Sony. Okay? I'm just saying. Like, I'm naming off a lot of cons, but the fact is, they did have games come out. They helped, get certain third-party games out there, indie games and shit. And I respect that. I will always respect Sony for trying to put out content. Always trying to put out the games that we want to see. And with next year having Spider-Man 2, yeah, I'm excited. And the years beyond, Sony has potential. There's rumors of a new Twisted Metal game coming back. There's rumors of freaking Last of Us Factions coming out next year, or at least getting an actual update on that game. And that's what I want to say about Sony this year. It's just, they have had a year like ER Corporation, where they've had their pros, they've had their cons. I think mostly it's been kind of the cons territory, but they put out a game I like, so what can I say? I'm never going to say I won't support them, but sometimes they make me just want to fucking put my head in the sand and just go, I can't hear you, la 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 la. But until next time, guys, this is That PlayStation Gamer. What do you guys think of this PlayStation review? Do you think I was, mostly negative? Did you think I was mostly positive? Or do you think I was trying to be neutral as much as I could be? Because I honestly am trying, but it's like, they do shit that makes you just scratch your head. So until next time, peace out and have a good day. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all that YouTube algorithm BS. Peace out and have a good day.